Hello and welcome to the Had an Idea podcast. He's Michael Mason.
He's Ben Coleman.
And you know, ideas are a bit like buses. You wait ages for one and then three come along at once.
That's right. And in my case, they always stink. Nobody likes them.
And they break down halfway through.
It's hard to get people on board.
Very good.
Thank you.
Oh, that's...
Now, Ben, I was talking to a mutual friend of ours.
Oh, are you going to make me guess who it was? Do you want to describe them and all?
That is tempting, but I don't think you'd make for great content. And let's face it, we're struggling for great content as it is. A friend of ours, Martin Haskins.
Oh, yeah.
Hawkman.
Hawkman.
Yeah, Boatswain. Different nicknames for it.
Are these nicknames you're making up now?
No, genuine names.
I've never heard him. Then again, I don't really know him that much.
No, well, yeah, he plays Sea of Thieves. He's very involved in the Sea of Thieves community. Big shout out to the Sea of Thieves guys.
And a shout out to Harvey.
Hey, you got there before me. But yeah, he messaged a group chat earlier with me and our friend Kazi. He found out the other day that there was a remake of White Men Don't Jump on Disney Plus. And we were talking about that, and Kazi mentioned that some films just shouldn't be remade.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, and it got me thinking, what films haven't been remade that shouldn't be remade? And then I thought, what about films that should be remade?
Oh.
And I thought, that's a question I can ask Ben on the podcast.
Yes, you put me on the spot.
Oh, yes.
Trying to think of...
You should see a doctor about that.
I mean, a lot of the films I watch are superhero films, like Green Lantern, which everyone slated, the Ryan Reynolds. I didn't think was too bad, but then again, I go into films quite optimistic, and even bad films, I say, I enjoy it. I don't unnecessarily critique films, but so yeah, that needs to be remade. I think maybe they're doing a Green Lantern.
Oh, are they?
At some point. You never know with the DC.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of superhero films, Fantastic Four is one that they've struggled with for years. Oh, God, the last one. Fantastic. I think, because that's what the logo looked like. Oh, yeah. Four-stick.
Yeah, that was crap. But, other films. Actually, Mrs. Doubtfire. I saw that there's a musical of that now.
Oh, is
in
there?
London, which I'd quite like to see. And I'm sure I heard people mentioning remaking Robin Williams movies, and it's like, no.
Mrs. Doubtfire starring Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
God, yeah. Because they really... It wasn't strictly a remake, was it, Jumanji films? It was sort of like a follow-on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I think when you start changing, like, the format of it, like the genre almost. Because Jumanji was an action film, but the thing is, you look at Robin Williams and you look at Dwayne Johnson, quite a difference between them. Robin Williams isn't really an action star.
Mainly hair as well.
Yeah, that's true. But if we're talking about action stars, one film I have heard they've been remaking for years is Big Trouble in Little China. I don't know if you've seen it.
No.
Kurt Russell plays this... He's kind of the hero of it, but at the same time, he's not the hero. He's more like the sidekick. He's always like getting it wrong and screwing up. Like there's a fight scene, like a massive fight scene, loads of like karate guys going at it, and he's got a gun. Kurt Russell does, and he's like fires in the scene, go yeah, and then a rubble flies and knocks him out, and he's unconscious for the whole fight. Like, so that's the kind of film that is. But they were going to remake it with Dwayne Johnson. Yeah. And
seems like you got a bit of a grudge against Dwayne Johnson.
I don't like him as an actor.
I know what you mean though. He's in everything.
He's very one-dimensional. And
he's in Black Adam, which was a decent film. It's an interesting film. But I've sort of read rumours about him on the set and saying that he's making demands and stuff. And...
I've heard like he's a bit of an egomaniac. At the same time, I've heard he's like very nice to kids and he does like meet and greets and make-a-wish things. So
just like he's nice to the kids and then shouts at the parents. Now give me
Where's
money!
my goddamn coffee? You want me to speak to your kids? Well, Dwayne Johnson says this. It's an impression of his wrestling promos. Yeah.
No.
But he always seems like he has to be the hero. He has to be the tough guy. He always has to win. But when you look at, say, Jackie Chan, for instance, he's always getting battered. And he still wins. He still comes out on top, but he has to look weak. And it's the thing you don't really get today. The heroes never look weak.
Yeah, the underdog.
Yeah, exactly.
That's one that shouldn't be remade. Dodgeball.
Dodgeball!
That is a decent film.
That was alright. I saw it in the cinema, actually.
Oh, it's the best place to see it. I saw it in the grocery store. I got a projection of it on the fridge.
You took it along yourself, did you? Well, yeah, because I think it was me, my dad, and a friend, and we were supposed to go see a different film, but that had already started. So we said, "Oh, should we see Dodgeball instead?" And Dad hated it. It wasn't his type of film at all. It was very immature.
Well, like the Karate Kid as well. They shouldn't have done because it wasn't even karate; it was kung fu. So fair enough if you're going to make a film inspired by it and call it Kung Fu Kid.
Oh no, don't do that either. Because that's when the Karate Kid came out, then you had just a slew of karate films.
B-movie,
Yeah, what was the Three Ninjas? It's three kids. And then Hulk Hogan turns up. There's a great film you should watch. Three Ninjas, High Noon at Mega Mountain. They filmed it at a theme park, but they filmed it during working hours. So there's all this fighting going on and terrorism and things. There's people casually walking past in the background, looking around. It's like they filmed it without permission or something.
But other films that shouldn't be remade. Pets vs. Phones.
Yes.
My idea for a film.
Yeah.
They shouldn't remake that once they've made it once.
One and done.
Yeah. Because that's the thing with your film ideas. Would you do sequels for them, or would you be quite strict, no, they're standalone films?
That's different. That's interesting to say, because they did a sequel to American Psycho years ago, and it wasn't actually supposed to be a sequel. It was just a standalone film.
Mexican Psycho. La Senor. I'm going to kill you now. I'll
kill you, SA. No, because it was supposed to be just a film about a serial killer, but then just slap the title on it. And, you know, so somebody could easily just, here's a film about a dog, and we're just going to call it Pets vs. Phones 2. You know. So, all right, films that should be remade.
Well, I know it's a classic, but It's a Wonderful Life, I think. I know it's of its time in that. Most of the film is sort of setting up, and then the last third is the actual.
Is when the angel. Yeah, you'd like to see more of that.
Yeah, and less of the.
That'd be interesting because that is one of those sort of TV tropes. Like you have a Christmas episode, and you'll always have either a Christmas Carol. Someone doesn't like something, and they're visited by usually three characters in the show. And then you'll have someone wishes they were never born, and you got that. I'm sure Family Guy's done that a few times, and American
parodied
Dad.
Everything.
Yeah, definitely.
That'd become a parody of itself. Imagine that if a show parodied itself.
The Simpsons.
True.
But yeah, that would be interesting. Who would be in it?
Dwayne Johnson.
Oh, God. Let's move on quick before I get angry. But the Flintstones. Aren't we due a new live-action Flintstones film?
Well, that would be good, because the CGI would be much better, and
do
a lot more.
CGI dinosaurs,
Well, yeah. Although the old one did have its charms. It was sort of quite. I think they did a lot of it practically, didn't they?
Some of it was, I'm sure he had an answering machine, which was a bird that was practical. I mean, it's very different from the cartoon, but. It made money. It made merchandise.
But you know what they do now, though? They just put in loads of references to stuff and make it a punny name.
Ben, this is Flintstones we're talking about. It is nothing but puns. Hi, Mr. John Stone. Yes. But I think, maybe we'd do a new Flintstones film. It's going to be rubbish, Ben. Of course it's going to be rubbish.
And I think they should cast us in it.
Oh, as Fred and...
You as Fred and me as Barney.
Oh,
hey there, Fred.
Barney! As close as I get to a Fred Flintstone. Any impression, really.
Try the yabba dabba doo.
Yabba dabba. Fred Flintstone, heavy smoker. Oh, how does he say that? How does he talk?
Yeah, but...
Louis Armstrong. Hello, Dolly. Yeah, but... I can't do it.
We really should just look it up and have a reference point, but no, this is much better.
Yeah, much better. But yeah, Flintstones.
Yeah. For next episode, we'll update you on our progress of remaking it.
Yes, we will.
Because when we was in school, we was going to remake Batman, weren't we?
Oh yeah, we were going to do our own version of Batman.
And we got started making costumes and everything.
Yeah, jeez.
I stole some green shorts from the PE box.
And who described them as moist?
And I made a Robin shirt as well for my
That was a great shirt. That was a great costume. I just bought like a Batman t-shirt. I like black jeans and a mask.
He's like the modern teenage Batman.
Well, they did that, didn't they, with the recent Batman film? Teenage emo Batman.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see like 90s grunge Batman. He's torn flannel shirt around his costume. Instead of a cape, it's like a flannel shirt.
Flannel cape.
Yeah.
Ooh, grunge man.
There's no point in anything, man. Gotta listen to Nirvana.
The mayor's ringing him on the phone. Pick up! There's a situation downtown. Oh, I don't feel like it today. Screw you, mayor!
What's the point anyway, man? We're just gonna die. We're just dust in the wind, man.
I'm playing with my band. Leave me alone.
How did we get onto this? You're talking about remakes.
I don't know, but I think we should move on from it to some ideas.
Yes, let's do that.
Here's our ideas, and they're not going to be remade.
No, yes, or made in the first place.
That's true.
Yeah. Ben, what's your anything idea?
Well, I know we've only just started, but...
I'm sick of you already, goodbye.
No, at this point I'm going to talk about saying goodbye.
Oh.
So what do you usually say when you say goodbye to someone?
I don't know, see you later, I guess.
See you, Ben, thanks. Oh, I love you. Oh, we shut the door
That's
already.
the thing, actually, because British people can't say bye once. They have to say, okay, thanks, bye, see ya. You never just go, bye.
Just walk away. How rude. You only said goodbye once.
But the reason I was talking about that is because some people say, especially in emails, they say, oh, best regards. Or they say to someone, like, send me a regard.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Mum sends a regard.
Oh, thank you. Well, see, that's what I'm talking about, Willis.
Very good.
But I think I've told you about this before, because people say, give them my regard.
Ah, yes.
So you say to someone, oh, Mike sends his regards. But, you could just say that. You're just saying that. You don't know that they actually sent their regards.
Well, now you mention it, Mum never did send their
Exactly.
regards. No, she did.
And as well, like, they've sent the regards, but it's not like they've sent you a greetings card saying, thank you. Or, like, you've got no evidence or proof. So I thought once, what if regards were an actual thing?
Oh.
So that you could give someone the regards. And say, here's a regard.
Oh.
So what I was thinking is it's just like a little sort of business card size card, and it's like got regard. Maybe it's got a little poem or a
little note, a little message.
or a smiling photo of them. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a picture of me.
Don't always say it in that voice. A small gangster.
I'll send you my regard. I think go right there.
And I thought as well, because some people say when they sign off in an email, they just say regards. Some say kind regards or best regards.
Ah, you got different different levels of regard.
Yeah. So maybe it'd be like different colours, or there'd be different qualities, like different bits of paper, or different thicknesses.
Just a little bit of paper with regard written on it. Hardly bothered screwing up together.
And that way as well, there's sort of a level of how much they like you as to whether they give you a best regard or kind regard.
Yeah.
Maybe like they
lowest regards. I regard you very little.
So maybe they come in like a pack and you get like 20 regards, 10 kind regards and 5 best regards. Then you have to, like the best regards, a bit like Pokemon cards. The best regards are more rare. So
yeah.
you have to think carefully about who you're giving it to.
Oh, okay. When you said rare, I thought like, I didn't get any best regard cards.
I got a shiny best regard.
So you get like 2 best regards and 5, well, like that.
And then that person can add that to their collection and then they can give them to other people.
Oh, okay.
So it's a bit like a currency. But there's no monetary value.
I'm sorry, but I have no regards to give.
Yeah. So it's like currency but with emotion or respect or...
Respect, man! I'm sending you a card which has respect on it. Thanks, fam.
What is it you're giving when you give someone your regards? Like,
I don't know.
Thought?
Regarding them?
Yeah.
I regard you, a person.
'Cause that's, I suppose, what you're giving is you're giving them, I've thought about you. And
Yeah.
so it's occupying space in your mind.
To consider or think of in a specified way. Specified way? I'm thinking of you in a very specified way.
So yeah, you're kind of giving them some friendliness.
Yeah, you're being friendly to them.
Yeah.
Although, like, I think that's more money you're spending.
Yeah.
You might as well spend money to buy a nice card for nice picture on it.
Yeah, that's true.
Or just a card that says regards.
It wouldn't be...
How's this? I haven't even got an address on it. How'd it get here?
Well, it wouldn't be too expensive. It's not about the money, it's about...
Maybe it could be for charity in that regard. Regard? See what I did there?
Yeah, maybe there's, like, charity stuff. Like, so
it can be like a little...
Oh, that would be good for a charity, like, especially like for old people and, like, talk, when you need to speak to old people more, you need to give them more attention and affection. So maybe they could do a campaign where they have regards.
Send your regards to an old person this summer. Yeah.
And it's like a postcard with regards on the front, and then you write a little message to them.
Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah.
And then send it to them. Yeah, that would be good.
Give them something to have in the post other than like spam or bills.
Why do you send him in tins of spam?
Well, it's something to eat, isn't it? Because when we get a post, it's usually either a bill, a bank statement, or like something from a charity. It's like, hey, give us some money. Why don't you?
I always think that when something comes in the post and it's for me, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't order anything, or I haven't written to anyone. So
yeah.
What am I expecting?
Yeah. Yeah. So that'd be nice. It'd be like a little surprise.
Yeah.
But, in saying that, if anyone's out there listening, you could write a letter to
an old person now.
Yeah.
Might write to my granddad later.
Yeah. Go write him a letter. That would be something nice for him.
I mean, I'm only saying that because my nan doesn't really write letters. So.
Yeah.
But it's a thing between me and my granddad. That
you're
for a while we used to write letters to each other. And I should do more. Yeah.
Jesus.
Man, this idea's made me feel guilty now. But yeah, that was just the simple idea, was making regards a physical thing.
I think it's a good way to, get people thinking.
Yeah.
So, I haven't, spoken to so-and-so for a while.
But I've just thought, because usually, like you said, your mum sent her regards.
Yes.
So your mum would have to give you the card to give to me.
Mum sends her cards. There you go. Thanks.
Yeah. I mean, you could just do like a little note or... I'm thinking more like there's like a little drawing on it or a poem on it. So it's like, you could personalise them. So it's like, because I would write a little limerick or a poem.
Yes. There once was a man from Nantucket.
Or do like, because our friend Laura, she like doodles whenever she sends us cards. She does a little doodle in there. So nice. She could doodle on hers.
Doodle. You doodle all over this, yeah.
So yeah.
Well, you know what? Talking about my mum there, she writes to her cousin. And they do call, do speak on the phone.
Is that writing to us?
In response to your phone call, I decided to keep writing. All the best. Me. No, like she writes to her cousin, and her cousin writes back, and that's how they, they, like I said, they do phone calls, but usually it's just over the, over letters.
I know when Mum used to call Nan and Grandad, she'd always, especially when my Grandad picked up, she'd say, "Hello, it's me." So that when my Grandad wrote to my mum, she'd put "Dear me," which actually works on 2 levels. Cause, oh dear me. Yeah, he'd address her, or like he'd say "Hello, me."
Hello, me. Then when you're drunk and you see his reflections, oh, excuse me, me.
So yeah, I might make some regards, and you can take one back for your mum.
Oh, that'd be nice, yeah.
And Ben sends his regards, and here it is.
She'll probably laugh and put it on the settee next to her and forget about it. I was like, you do that with regards, you don't really, oh yeah, thank you, and then forget all about it. Send my regards back. Oh, all right, give me the card.
I'm not a bloody mailman, you know.
Very good. I think we should end on that. That's a good joke. I like that. Oh, it's interesting. It's interesting. Regards.
Because what would you say? Regards, kind regards, best regards?
Oh, always kind regards to my friends. Yes.
I don't say that, I just put thanks. Even if I'm not thanking them for anything. Like, here's the thing you requested, thanks. Then it's just in my email signature because I never knew.
I've done that for you, so thanks for getting me to do more work.
Passive aggressive.
Yeah.
I should probably change it. But I don't like saying kind regards or regards. It's kind of meaningless. And plus, like, I email people I don't want to give kind regards.
Yeah. With people I don't know, it's all the best, or, thinking of you, always and forever.
Till we meet again.
Warmest regards, Mike.
And there's another one, warmest regards.
Oh, God, it's cards are flat.
Yeah.
I know you said warmest, but this was too warm. Well, it's the warmest I could get, really.
Coldest regards.
Oh, this card's in a block of ice.
Earthiest regards. Sent me a bag of soil.
It's all over the carpet. Oh, bloody hell, man.
Windiest regards. Oh, God.
Open the box. Air cannon blowing on you.
That's it. We should make our own up and put them in our email.
Yeah.
Curviest regards. What?
Oh, talking to a sexy lady here from the sounds of it. Wait a minute, this is Ben. Yeah.
Satisfactory regards.
Yeah, I like that one.
Passive aggressive regards.
The possibilities are endless.
Yeah. So that's my idea.
It's interesting. It kind of gets you thinking about people.
Yeah.
Oh, Ben sent me that card. I should really get in touch with him.
Yeah, I do think the idea about writing 12 people is a better, more wholesome idea.
Yeah, it's quite nice. It sounds like something they get kids to do.
Yeah.
At a local school, write letters for the old folks at the...
Yeah.
Your elderly person is John. Write a letter for John. Hi, John. Do you like Pokemon? My favourite is Bulbasaur.
This kid's got a Bulbasaur on his leg.
What are they doing at that school? Oh.
I saw this great film about war and people were killing it.
It was cool.
I think war is cool. My nephew, like, he plays with the army soldiers.
Yeah,
He's played with them when my nan and granddad are here, and you can see that they're like... And they don't like anything like about guns and stuff. So.
Yeah. That's the thing with the boys, they're always... Because I played with, like, army... I didn't actually own any army toys myself, or, like, soldiers. Yeah. Like, the little ones with the little base, they don't actually move or anything.
Like the Toy Story ones.
Yeah, those ones, yeah. We had some at school, and I loved them. Yeah, there was one, like, figure that was, like, different from all the others. It clearly came from a different pack. So for me, that was the lead character. That's the main guy. Because he's different. He's a maverick.
Yeah. Because we, like, boys get given Action Man and girls get given Barbie. So preconditioned.
Yeah.
When they're young. I think we should give kids an Action Man and a Barbie, and
a cross-dressing action man. I like it. Oh, that sounds like a film, like a drag queen, like undercover. Like it sounds like Shaft or something like that.
Yeah, I think we should give them both and let them play with both, and then naturally they will decide which they prefer.
Yeah, I think they tend to, as they grow up, tend to move more towards, what interests them, rather than what you give them. Because if that was the case, I'd still be playing with ducks. Quack, quack, I'm a duck.
That's why you get banned from the zoo.
Kept playing with the ducks. No, they're mine. I won't share. Well, play with the ducks. Your name's John. John the Duck.
I think he likes the name.
Get my call called Throw the Duck. How far did it go? I didn't know they could fly. Oh,
and
damn
that's
it.
how Angry Birds was born.
Hey, there you go. Yeah.
So anyway, let's move on from torturing ducks and social issues.
Yeah.
And what's your idea?
Very good question.
Oh, thank you. I've been working on it all week.
I think you've perfected it. So my idea is for a musical. Ooh. And you know how you get musicals based on popular acts? Like there's Mamma Mia, it's about ABBA.
Jersey Boys.
Yeah. And what's the Queen one? We Will Rock You.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's time that a personal favourite of mine, and yours, and I'm sure a lot of our listeners, I think it's time they got their dues. The Village People.
I was not expecting that. His name's going through my head like, who's he going to say?
Or is it going to be Gore? Is it going to be Megadeth? No! So this is a musical.
Oh, that's great though, because then they're all in their characters and they work as those professionals.
Well, here's the
presumably.
thing. Well, a lot of the songs are based around, the story's based around the songs. Like in Mamma Mia. So there's a bit where somebody wants someone to lay all their love on them. And then she meets a man called Fernando, probably, I don't know. In Waterloo. So in this.
They have a game of Monopoly and the winner takes it all.
Very good. Well, in this, Ben, 6 men, a cop, Native American, GI man, a biker, a construction worker, and another biker. I've got biker twice for some reason. They're all down on their luck. So they all go to the YMCA.
Yay.
They all go to stay there, which is where they meet up. And they all decide that they want to be macho men.
No.
So they go west. So that they can join the Navy.
Yeah. Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
It actually does lend itself to a story really well.
It does, doesn't it? And you can have a woman in there called Samantha. That's another song of theirs. Writes itself.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, I'm not overly familiar with the Village People. I know this, like most of the songs you mentioned, but I've not been following them around on tour like you have.
Yes. Throwing my underpants on the stage. Can I have them back, actually?
Do my laundry.
Hands on his head. Massive pair of wipers. So big he gets lost in them.
I like it.
Oh, thank you. Who could be in it? I'm thinking John Barrowman.
Oh, yeah.
He's a very camp guy. He's a song and dance man. He seems like a nice fella.
Yeah.
We're big fans of his.
Yeah.
Think you'd be up for it?
Yeah, we have to kind of think who would play a cop, who would play a Native American Indian. I don't think John Barrowman could play a Native American. Or just think of, mustachioed men.
Oh, I think of mustachioed men a lot. I think the bulk of them would be, just musical people.
Yeah.
Like when we went to see Sister Act. By the way, me and Ben went to see Sister Act. It was a present for your... we should explain why we're going to see Sister Act.
We don't have to justify ourselves. It was a perfectly satisfactory show.
Well, it was your mum's birthday, wasn't it? And
yeah.
I think you wanted some moral support. I can't sit through Sister Act, Mike. Please help me.
Yeah, I think we got an extra ticket or something.
Okay. Won it on the radio competitions. Wish I'd bloody lost now.
Yeah. What if you had, though, you know there's a cop in there. What if she had, like, someone from Police Academy in there?
Yeah.
Who else is in
With
there?
Michael Winslow doing all the sound effects.
Yeah, Army Guy, if you had, like, someone from Save It Private Ryan or...
Tom Hanks. He's the GI.
The cowboy. It's going to be all old men, the cowboy.
Clint Eastwood doing the YMCA.
Yeah, no.
Because I was about to say about Sister Act, when we went, there was Leslie Joseph in it and Clive Rowe.
Oh, Clive Rowe.
Clive Rowe, great.
Oh, I love Clive. Can we get him in the YMCA?
Probably. He might be up for that. But they were sort of the only two main
people
TV stars that people would have heard of, and the rest were just, people built for the theatre.
Yeah.
So I think we'd get like a couple of big stars. John Barrowman would be one. Clive Rowe. Yeah, Clive Rowe, get him back in it. He can play the cop.
Yeah.
He played a cop in Sister Act. Getting typecast. He could be a sequel. Dolores left him and he fell on hard times and joined the Navy. Yeah.
Oh, I've been typecast. What was a gay musician? Well, no, I was a cop.
Ah. Well, you can see that.
And I guess it's like the stars of the day, because like John Barrowman is already quite old. Like
he's going great.
By the time we've written it and like written all the musical numbers and stuff,
we don't really have to write the music. It's already there.
We'll rewrite it. But by the time we've written the story and got all the set design and stuff, and then like worked it all out.
He's like 85 years old and he's been dead for 20 years. Wow, I didn't see that coming.
Why are we still celebrating his birthday?
Send him all those cards. Send him those regards.
Nice call.
Well, thank you.
Got him a cake and everything. Suppose I'll have to eat this cake.
You eat it every year.
But if you just want cake, you don't have to keep buying dead celebrities' birthday cakes.
Every day, a different cake. Sometimes 2 or 3.
Oh, it's Elvis's birthday today. I better buy him a cake and eat it.
It's really fat person. I just love celebrity birthdays. Yeah, that's my idea.
I like it.
Macho man. How I used to came too early. Click my fingers for a reason.
I think you're just trying to catch a fly. It's sound waves.
Yeah, here he is. Get him there.
No, it's fun to stay at the YMCA.
Oh, you're waiting for me to sing. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. You can do everything. You can have a good meal. You are never.
And that's why we didn't pass the auditions.
Oh, God.
I should have rehearsed, really.
This was the rehearsal.
What's the band called again? Village Film.
Village Idiots. the cast of Vicar of Dibley.
I remember 10 now. Buy a birthday cake. Dear Liz Smith, I made you this cake. If you don't want it, please return.
Oh, God. Oh. Where can you find pleasure? Search the world for treasure. Study science, technology. In the Navy.
It's like an advert for a university. Birmingham University.
We're doing adverts. We're getting paid. Yeah.
That reminds me, because I had a taxi driver once, and he sang, "In the gravy, you can soak your suds and peas." Which is great, but I don't know whether he'd heard it from somewhere and copied it, or...
He generally thought that's what it was.
Or if he came up with it himself. And the same one as well, actually, he did like half a song. He said, "It's a bomber McHugh," and then just trailed off. And then I get out and I was like, what was he going to sing?
Maybe he's like a jingle writer in his spare time. Right, because it was his best ideas when he was driving. And I use the term best very loosely.
I always wondered what he was listening.
It's a barbecue and
It's a barbecue and a bottle of Coke.
Why would you want a barbecue? That's also a bottle of Coke. It's going to have a drinkers.
You go to a barbecue and have the food from the barbecue and a bottle of Coke.
Oh.
I don't know. I didn't write it.
I didn't ask
Neither
him.
did he.
Evidently. But that is my idea.
Yeah. So I like it.
Oh, thank you.
We'll write to the village people and ask them to make it.
Do you think, would you go see it?
Well, probably not, because I don't really know the music of the village people other than...
Well, you'll learn then.
But if you were making it or in it or whatever, then yes, I would go.
In it? They'd boo me off the stage.
No, you could be like the fellow dustbin men working. I don't even know what jobs they did.
My favourite character, the dustbin man.
He was the rejected village person. What you don't know is in the audition they all came in their own work uniforms.
Yeah. Oh, sorry I'm late.
Could have had an abattoir worker.
Feel like blood all over. Wah!
He was a really great singer, but he was an undercover policeman. So plain clothes. Can you put the uniform on? No.
Very gruff sounding. In the Navy.
I didn't know what voice was going to come out. Yeah. A fellow construction worker or...
Go west. Yeah.
So yeah, you'll be a fellow construction worker. Which village person, if we had to play one, would I play?
The cowboy.
Yay! Then the Milky Bar.
Yeah, exactly. What about me? Who would I be? Am I the construction worker?
Yeah, you do look...
what about the biker? With his big handlebar mustache.
You'd be like a Hell's Satan. Hell's Angels?
Hell's Angels. Hell's Satan's is the Simpsons.
Yeah, so you'd be the biker.
like a proper biker, like beating people over the head with like pool cues. Everyone disco dancing.
But then you go to the YMCA and your life changes. And
I join the Navy.
And you do loads of exercise during and come out looking skinny and muscly.
Hey, both. Skinny and muscly.
He's skinny, but he's got big arms.
Like Popeye. Massive forearms.
Oh, Popeye the musical.
Oh, yeah. I'm Popeye the musical.
That's a good impression.
Oh, thank you. Put it up there with Macy Gray.
You know, like gruff sounding. Popeye, Macy Gray, Hilary DeVay.
Same. Imagine all three of them having a conversation.
How would that sound, man?
Oh, I wish I hadn't seen this in there. I got an idea.
Which one are you doing now?
I'd like to hear your ideas. I thinking of giving spinach to kids. Oh, that's a good idea. I'll make you great.
Anyway, it's just to say your name.
So you laugh, but if you hear me at karaoke...
Doing your Popeye impression. Hey, dude. I think the microphone's broken.
I assure you it's not.
Thanks, Hillary.
Oh, God. Oh.
So I think now we'll go and get some throat lozenges.
Yes, I need it.
And then come back to do our big idea.
Woo!
It's really half-hearted. Woo!
Best I can muster at the present moment.
So, Mike.
Oh, yes.
In our last episode, we simultaneously chose film as the category in our new system, which we're not going to adopt because we're just ending up with films every week.
Oh, shame, I've got like 28 films here. Well, yeah, so the big idea was film.
So what's your film idea?
Oh, well, Ben, I have an idea.
Oh.
Initially it was for a film, but it could also work as a book.
Well, the category is film.
So I'm going to use film, and perhaps, a novelisation of the film.
Yes, perhaps.
Perhaps indeed.
Would you like a rabbit, perhaps?
Very good.
That's how you measure their distance.
Well, anyway, I was in Llandudno
Oh.
some time ago. We stayed in this nice little bungalow, and it was next to this old B&B. But anyway, this bungalow is very nice, very cosy.
Are you just here to advertise the bungalow?
I can't remember the name of it. I think it was called Seaview or something like that. But it was very nice. It was very cosy, very warm. The amenities were very lovely. Short walk from the beach.
5 stars.
Yes. No, it was very nice, very cosy, very brightly coloured.
Was it nice and cosy?
I've written this down. Every time I get interrupted, they say, "Where was it?" Oh, yeah, that's right. So it was nice. It was cosy, and it was very brightly coloured. And they'd put like teddy bears around the place, like just on shelves and things as decoration.
The teddy bears live here now.
Yeah,
It's their home.
yeah. There was actually a teddy bear on a little deck chair as well. You know what? I'm just going off on a little tangent here, but there was a shelf of stuff you could buy. There was a little note saying, "Oh, you buy stuff and you could pop some change."
Is there any
in."
teddy bears on there?
Yeah, teddy bear on a deck chair was on there. There's like a candle holder, which was like an old log, which had candles put on it. Yeah, and then lots of seasidey stuff.
Maybe that sign saying, like, buy stuff and put money in, maybe that was just for decoration.
I buy that sign. Take it with me.
People like started taking it and say, "What are you doing?" "Oh, the sign's just for decoration."
You break it, you buy it. I'll buy that sign. Take that to the checkout.
I'd like to buy your heart, please.
Not for sale. Not to you, anyway.
I'm broken.
Very good. Oh, that's quite poetic, actually. Put that on your next album.
Can I buy your promise?
Oh. Can I buy a vowel, please?
Is that how countdown works, mate? They're offering Susie Dent money. They'll make to Riley run.
I was talking about family fortunes. Wheel of Fortune.
Ah.
Wheel of Family Fortunes.
I thought you said about countdown.
Anyway, in this, it was a lovely, very nice, very
nice and cozy. And
little
brightly
bungalow.
coloured.
And it was absolutely lovely. You'd have loved it, Ben. It was very nice. But then I found something quite sinister. There was a door just on the side of the wall, not to outside, and this isn't the front door or anything, which would be quite normal. So I know what you're like. You'll be like, "Mike, that's the front door." This wasn't a front door. This was just on the wall.
Oh.
And there was 2 of them, actually, and one of them was bolted shut from our side.
It wasn't a door you could buy, was it?
I wouldn't want to be honest. But the other door, it wouldn't bolt. Like, it was just there. And I looked in the lock. So looked through the keyhole, I should say. And there was a key in it.
Oh.
And I thought, well, I hope no one comes in the house. And the first night I was there, I was just up all night thinking, what if somebody breaks in? What if something happens?
That's not very nice or cosy.
No, it wasn't nice or cosy. And
could you tell, like, if you walked outside the house and, like, eyed up roughly where the layout of the thing, could you tell where it led to? Or?
It looked like it, because, like I said, it was next to an old B&B.
So it's going through into
it looked like it used to be like a seaside B&B, and I figured that maybe this is where the people lived who run the B&B.
Oh, yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah. But it got me, I was up all night thinking. I was too afraid to go to sleep. Honestly, I was very happy and jolly. That lovely place. It's very nice. It's very cosy.
I love that creepy door.
Well, the creepy door really put a damper on it. This is not so nice and cosy after all. I don't quite like this, and it got my mind thinking. And so I came up with this story.
Oh.
So burglars, my first
concern.
concern.
Yeah.
But then, of course, I let my mind wander, and I come up with this story, which is going to be used as a film, for the purposes of this podcast, called The Let.
Ooh. I like it.
So
short titles always sound good, don't they?
I don't know.
Snappy.
Mine are always quite short, to be fair. So I can't think long sentences.
But the short titles sound like quite snappy and...
Yeah, like Men.
Yeah.
That wasn't a very good film, though. I am talking about a film called Men, not just...
Your film that you've written.
My Tinder profile.
Well, it was after the Village People thing. I've been listening to them for 2 hours. Wrote a film about men.
Yeah, alright, whatever. As long as you leave the office. So, it's about a man, he's nursing an injured leg. So maybe he's like... It's not really important how he injured it, but let's say rugby.
Yeah.
So...
Rugby,
thank you. So he decides he's staying at home. Maybe he's out of the house. Maybe his girlfriend's left him and he's back living with his parents. He's like, I need to get out of here. This isn't great. It's horrible. So I think, you know what? I'm going to go to the seaside. Get some fresh air, fresh sea air. It'll help with the recovery.
Yeah.
So he finds a small holiday flat to let. That's on the side of this old building. The old B&B. Yeah. And so he goes off to the train station. Parents see him off. Goodbye, son. Hope the place you find is nice and cosy. And he gets to this place. He meets the fellow who owns it. He tells him about the B&B. He says, "Oh, it's..."
What's the fella like? Is he like creepy or is he?
He's quite
unassuming.
He's quite unassuming. Yeah. Just a regular old fella, maybe a bit quiet, keeps to himself, but also quite friendly, to... He's like, oh yes, it's very posh he is, apparently. He's quite, yeah, alright, love.
That's quite the jumping man from posh.
I kind of wanted somewhere in between.
You don't have a great range, it's
no,
the two
I don't,
extremes.
I'm afraid. He's like, oh yeah, this is the old B&B, this. And of course, we're renovating it, so there's nobody in there. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Don't you worry your pretty little head.
We used the local council renovators, so there's never anyone in there.
Yeah, very good. So yeah, he's renovating it into more holiday flats. So he thinks nothing of it. Goes to this lovely.
That's quite nice. If he's like the first customer, first customer.
Oh, well.
He feels quite good, maybe.
Yeah, ooh, I feel so good. He's not the first, though, as we will come to find out. He loves it. It's very nice, very cosy, very nice place. And but then he finds a hidden door. And he says, "Oh, that's odd. A hidden door." And of course, he sees the fella again. He mentions it. He says, "Oh yeah, that was the family run the place, and this was the B&B. It was just, where that door is, where the reception used to be."
Yeah.
So don't worry, it's shut off, it's locked, it's bolted. There's no...
in a film, whenever anyone says, don't worry...
cause to worry, isn't it? But, it's bolted from the other side. You can't open it. Never mind, I guess. And, of course, he looks through the keyhole into this... He just sees nothing.
He sees Michael Mason's eye.
Gooey! Is it nice and cozy in there? Is that teddy bear on the deck chair still there? I'd like to buy it. I'm calling the police. So, you just see just dust, just grey, just dark as well. Whatever, Goes on his holiday, he's enjoying himself.
Goes to the Grand Pier and
goes
on a crazy golf and meets a girl.
Loses his coin purse, which is not a euphemism. But one day he's in town.
Ooh.
And, maybe he's at the pub. Someone says, "Oh, I've seen you coming in and out of that little bungalow."
Where are you from?
I travel around. Places. Yeah. I don't stay long in one place. I travel all over the place and pick up all the regional accents. Just to confuse people. He mentions he's seen him coming and going, and he tells him the place is cursed, Ben. Oh, that bungalow you're staying in, it's a haunted bungalow. Yeah, so he tells him the place that the whole B&B is cursed. He tells him people who stay there go missing. This holiday now doesn't seem so nice and cosy, does it? And he just says, you're talking rubbish. All the locals just say, I don't pay no attention to him. He talks rubbish, he does. He's like the local nutcase. So just don't pay any attention, put in mind, And what happens is, of course, people stay in that place and fall in love with the town. And, well, this is what they're saying.
Oh, okay.
This is how they're explaining the disappearances. Well, they fall in love with the place and decide to move down here. And then the nutcase just leans in and says, yes, but have you ever seen any of them?
I've only been here 2 days. I don't know what these people look like.
And, of course, everyone realises, well, no, we don't see these people again who apparently live here now. So the injured man is quite intrigued. Okay, well, something's definitely going on because that's a weird place. I'm getting weird, creepy vibes off this place, man. So he goes to the library, starts looking for old newspapers, looking online, missing person reports, sort of things like that. And he finds one.
Juan.
You're looking for missing people? I take it right here.
Missing People Anonymous.
That sounds like a support group for people who have gone missing. But no one ever comes to it. We live in hope.
Well, we should be living in, Birmingham, but we live here now.
With all those people talking with Geordie accents.
Is that what it is? I was wondering. So he finds one news article about a girl who disappeared. And he makes note of the name and everything.
Do we know the name or?
I haven't actually thought of a name yet. Let's call her Chelsea.
Ah.
Is that a nice name?
It's nice and cosy.
A nice cosy name. A nice cosy person. You could live in her for a week.
I suppose it is if it's like a common name and it's not anything that you're going to say, oh, that's a bit of a weird name.
Yeah, I suppose.
Cosy name.
A nice cosy name. Chelsea. So he makes note of the name and he goes to find her family, who are also mentioned in the article. Apparently. Just added that now. And he goes to her and she talks to the mother, maybe. The mother says, I'm an old man, apparently. It's been so stressful on my voice. So, she went to this place and disappeared and the police didn't do anything about it. They just said she moved there. Apparently
so they don't live in the place?
No. This is
family lives somewhere else?
Yeah, live in, say, Brackhampton. Which may or may not be a real place.
I like it. Sounds good.
It does, yeah.
Brackhampton.
Which that was back in Brackhampton. Anyway, and she says, she would never have moved without telling us, She wasn't like that. I says, well, what's the name of the place? Oh, it's called Sunny View or something like that. So, that's where I'm staying. It's all coming together. And this woman also introduced, but this it's a bit maybe not needed, but the mother also knows loads of people who have all had family members stay at the same place and who have disappeared. So obviously it's so this fella, the injured fella, let's call him Jack. That's a good laddie name, isn't it? All right, Jack. How are you doing? All right. Have you had a stroke? I have, actually, Jack.
Starring Sylvester Stallone.
Jack, my leg.
I went to speak to one guy, but he didn't tell me much.
He goes back to town and he goes to speak to this old nutcase, right? However, he finds out that the nutcase has been murdered. And he thinks, well, that's it. I'm out of here. Goes back to the bungalow, gets all his stuff. He's going to leave. But then there's a storm. A storm off because he's right next to the sea. So, so he can't get out. So he's stuck there. So, well, I'm going to have to stay the night. And
I can't possibly go out in the rain. Not with my legs. The wheelchair will get all rusty.
Stuck with a rusty wheelchair. I move. Well, it's very stormy. It's very windy. You know. Everyone's been told to stay indoors.
And maybe like the owner says, well, you may as well stay, and I don't know. I don't know why he's Welsh now.
Well, it's was in Llandudno, so, or Llandudno, as they say them.
So, it's all right, I've got to stay, right? And then he thinks, let's go back to that door. Looks through the keyhole. Before he could see,
Dust.
Yeah, dust and, me talking to him. But now, he just sees the key in the door.
So someone's gone there.
Someone's in there. So he thinks, right, I'm going to barricade the door, which he does with some difficulty, because remember, he has got a leg in cast here.
I want to check his belongings as well, to check no one's come in and robbed him.
Oh, of course he checks that, yeah. Checks all that sort of stuff.
That's a given, we don't need to put it in the script. I'll do that without us telling him.
Well, you would, wouldn't you? You were afraid someone was coming in. So, he barricades the door. He sits up in his bed, like, awake, but of course, eventually he falls asleep. Because, it's very tiring trying to stay awake all night. Then he hears a noise coming from the living room.
Is it the seagulls? Damn seagulls.
Oh, Ben has a history with the seagulls of Llandudno. They are awake all night, just annoying people. Well, he hears a noise, something being pushed, or scraping. That's me trying to...
That's a good noise.
Oh, thank you. So he goes to check it out, and lo and behold, his barricade has been pushed. The door's opening.
Ooh.
And into the living room. You're probably going to laugh when I tell you this.
But you built it up now, I'm really excited.
Well, in through the door steps a giant monster, 8 feet tall humanoid, long unkempt fingernails. Do you remember that fella had the longest fingernails in the world?
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
So you're probably thinking, it's going to be like, the old bloke's going to come through.
Yeah.
And, like, mug him, or some burglars, and he's going to fight him off. But no, it's this giant, horrible demon monster, so thin it's almost skeletal. Of course, the guy freaks out because expecting that sort of thing. Oh God, I was expecting the guy, but goes to the kitchen. Well, hobbles to the kitchen, grabs a knife.
Let me make you a sandwich.
Try to talk the situation down.
I need to build my strength up before I deal with this.
You like crusts? His wholemeal, all right? Grabs one of the kitchen knives, and he turns round to... I'm going to have to defend myself, but he turns round and bang, it's right there. Made you jump then.
Yeah, I can picture it.
Oh. And so it smacks him with its fingernails, and it's like thrashing him back and forth. And so he falls to the ground. He's been thrashed on the ground with his fingernails. Bang, bang, bang. He manages to get the knife up, slams its hand down on the knife, slices itself, then he manages to get it in the leg. So, he's caused it to drop down now, it's...
And he's put his leg in a cast.
Yeah.
You can borrow my cast if you like.
Oh, it's done with it. So now it's almost at level to him, because it's a big monster. So he's now they're at face level. He manages to strike it in the neck.
Oh.
Cuts his jugular.
Oh.
So now it's losing a lot of blood, but he's still fighting, right? So he manages to crawl away. He's trying to hold it off as much as he can so it bleeds out.
Yeah.
Grabs his crutch, swings at it, but it doesn't work. He's still getting whipped by the nails, right? And he's getting weaker and weaker. Then he manages to find a chair, like the chairs we're sitting on, like a table, like a, dining chair.
A chair like a table. It's like a table with the back.
Like a small table, right? With the back on it and you sit on it. Like a dining chair.
Yeah.
And he manages to get it tangled with the nails. Twists it so he snaps his nails. And it's like if you bent your fingernails back. Yeah. That's what this monster's feeling. You feel kind of sorry for him, don't you, this thing?
I love to think people in the cinema and then you just like, it pauses, you walk on screen again, you feel kind of sorry for him, don't you? Oh yes, I do, yes.
Just been watching the film.
You walk off and it plays again.
So he's broken off some of the nails and now it's in pain and he manages to swipe at it more with the crutch. Turning an old lady with his handbag now. And catches him in the shin. Right where he stabbed him again in the leg, right? Yeah. And now it's dropped down again, and, it's in real pain. And so he manages to stab it a lot, right? It's a big fight scene I'm trying to demonstrate to you. Yeah. But of course, he's very weak. He's been thrashed a lot with these nails. He's very, very sore, very painful. And he collapses back. And so with his last ounce of strength, he crawls back to the living room.
Is this the man?
This is the man, yeah. Because he's trying to look for something as a weapon. He's lost his knife now. He's lost his crutch.
Gets a teddy bear.
I'm addicted. No! And the monster catches it and snuggles him and...
I've changed my ways.
Leaves from the front door. So, at last ditch attempt, he goes back to the living room to find a new weapon. But finds nothing suitable. And I've got 2 endings here.
Oh.
So what do you want first, the good ending or the bad ending? There's a lot more...
terms, good as in it turns out good, or good as in it's your better idea?
Good as in it turns out good.
Let's go bad, because I like it.
Okay. Well, I personally prefer the bad ending.
Well, tell me the good ending then.
Okay. Well...
Give me a choice. No, I prefer the other one.
No, I was just explaining, before I talked about it. Well, good or bad? Go quick.
All
right.
The one you said, good. Give me the good.
Good. All right, the good ending. So he turns around. He's lying on the ground. He sees the monster approaching him. And then finally it collapses. It's run out of blood. It's dead. The man is safe, and he's so exhausted, he's so weak, he just passes out. He wakes up the next day. The storm's gone. The storm's died down. The creature's still there. But he thinks, I just got to get out of here, right? Gets his crutches, gets all his stuff, and he goes to leave, right? But he thinks, well, I wonder what really was behind that door. So he goes to check what used to be the B&B. And what does he find, Ben? But loads and loads of human bones.
Oh, that's the good ending.
This is the good ending, yeah. And then he finds, like photographs, tears of clothing, things like that. And he finds the man who owns the place.
What, dead in there?
No, he's alive.
Oh.
He's sat there on a chair, sitting looking out the window. Of course, he knows what's happened now. He knows this creature's dead. And he tells him that the creature was actually his son, who died as a baby.
Came back to life as a monster.
Well, grief-stricken, him and his wife turned to the occult to bring their child back. But they didn't realise that the child would be turned into a monster. So it's essentially a regular person like you or me, who's been possessed by a demon and over the years just twisted and mangled into this horrible monster.
Like you or me.
Yeah. We've been twisted and mangled into horrible monsters by this podcast. So his wife committed suicide, seeing what's happened.
This is the good ending.
This is the good ending. It's a good ending because the guy survives.
Yeah.
Spoilers, by the way, for the bad ending. So, it was just him and his son. But the only way they could keep him alive was human sacrifice. So they turned their house into a rental bungalow and kept the B&B, which they used to run.
As an actual B&B?
Yeah, well, to keep the child in.
Oh, okay.
They used to run it as actual B&B, but now, it's very difficult to rent out rooms with the big 9-foot demon roaming about. Don't mind him. He's eaten. So, anyone who'd come to stay, they'd open the door and allow their son to come in and feed. So now you know the origins of the child. The old man pulls out a gun and says,
Oh, because the child's dead now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, so does he kill himself?
Oh, he tells the young man to leave. He says now that his son's dead, he's got nothing, he's as good as dead. You've sod off, mate. I've called you a taxi. Yeah, taxi arrives, so fella leaves, and then he shuts the door and hears a gunshot.
Oh.
And then...
This is a good ending.
This is a good ending. He gets on the train, long train ride home. He arrives back at the train station he left off, and he sees his family. He sees his mum and dad there to greet him.
With their giant fingernails. No!
We haven't left the train station since Did you listen? So finally his home is in, back to safety. Now, the bad ending.
When he gets home in the good ending, would he go and see that woman who he spoke to and tell her what really happened?
Oh, maybe, yeah. Yeah, that's an idea.
I don't believe you.
The end. So, I like that idea.
Yeah, she just says, what a terrible story. No one had ever listened to that.
Maybe you write her a note or something. Maybe you send her a regard. Anyway, so the bad ending. He's on the floor in the living room. He's got no weapon. He turns around and sees the creature. The creature thrashes him to death and drags his lifeless body through the door. The end.
Oh.
But then there's an epilogue. So after the lad's dead, so many weeks later, his parents are looking for him. So his mum goes to the police and they just say, people always move to these towns and fall in love with the place and just decide to stay, right? The dad, meanwhile, is in the town. He's in this little village. He's going around. He goes to the pub and he's got a photograph and he's showing people and say, do you know who this fella? Do you know where he lives? And none of them recognise him. None of them see him. Just like the rest of the people who have stayed in the let. And so those are the two endings. That's the story. What's your personal favourite ending out of those two?
I mean, the good ending is, I think, a more traditional, better ending. But I do quite like the idea of the bad ending where, like, the protagonist dies. And it's just like, because you'd go through it going, of course he's going to, like, defeat the monster and that's the end of the film.
Yeah.
So if he gets killed, like, oh.
Yeah.
And that sets it up for a sequel. Oh, no. Yeah,
yeah, exactly, yeah. You can have a whole franchise. Also, I thought the good ending has too much explanation.
I think you do kind of need explanation.
Well, that's why I kind of liked the bad ending. Like, this thing just happened and it's over in like 10 minutes. What was that? You know. Whereas in the good ending, oh no, he's just a baby. Don't worry. I thought the good ending sounded a bit silly.
No,
personally.
I think it works.
Right.
Like, cause I sort of had a different ending in mind when you started. So you've had the good ending and the bad ending, and it's the ugly ending. Where
it's like a video game now. Different endings to it.
Where he's like on the floor and his monster's about to kill him, and then the dad opens the door and like stops him. And he said, like, this has gone on too long.
Yeah.
But that's not a satisfactory ending either way, is it? Like,
oh, all right, Dad.
Yeah.
What the hell just happened? Yeah, like that kind of works. That could be, if we go with the bad ending, that could be used in the sequel.
Or maybe in the sequel, a woman comes to the hotel and like he starts getting on well with the dad, and then like starts dating you.
Oh.
So then he has to try and stop his son.
So quite an older lady then.
Yeah, and then he has to try and stop his son from killing him because he knows he's gonna.
That's interesting. Yeah.
And he's got a battle with his conscience. Like, I want to keep my son, but I also want to go out with this lady.
I haven't felt the touch of a lady's hand in so long. Yeah, but that's my idea. I was also thinking as well, I mentioned the teddy bears in this place, so maybe the teddy bears could have belonged to the kid. Or his and her.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Especially if you had like different age.
Yeah. And
I like it.
Oh, thank you.
I want to see it now.
Oh, I should have saved this for the Halloween episode.
Yeah, you should write this as a novel.
Oh, well, I'm glad you liked it. I'd like to hear what our listeners think.
Well, go out and ask them.
Yes. Excuse me. Can I tell you the story and let me know what you think?
Well, what we'll do is open the B&B and then we'll leave the story on the bed. And they can read it and tell us what they think.
I wonder what the people who run the actual bungalow would think if they heard this. Do they really think there's a monster living in?
I mean, if it was a successful film, then they could like advertise this to place it inspired.
Maybe, yeah. Then again, would you stay there? I suppose people would.
Yeah, people definitely would.
Well, that is my film idea.
I like it.
Oh, thank you. Who would be in it?
A monster, a man with a broken leg.
You. Who could play the young man? I'm thinking someone quite athletic.
Usain Bolt.
I broke my leg. I don't know how he speaks.
He speaks with the Geordie accent, probably knowing you.
Everyone in the film does. Anton Deck can be in it. Ross Noble. Okay, Ben.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. So you've heard my idea. What is your film idea?
Well, mine is kind of similar to yours in that you were inspired by a real-life place, something that seemed quite creepy and sinister.
I should point out as well, I genuinely was afraid that a giant monster might crawl through that door. As we lay there.
So mine was similarly inspired by a trip to Leicester.
Oh!
Which is mysterious and creepy.
See our good friend Gush?
Yeah.
Well, he's the definition of mysterious and creepy.
But it was the coach on the way back. Because you got on a coach, and I haven't been on a coach in years. And, I was kind of thinking, like, you look around at the different people and you think, like, oh, like, what are their lives like, where they come from, and why are they on this trip and stuff. And the driver was, like, pressing the buttons and things and that, and I was just sitting there, and in my head I imagined, like, Back to the Future, where it's like this pimped up thing where, like, you can, like, travel to different things. So I came up with an idea for the Magical History Tour. Which is not related to any Beatles.
There,
but it's a coach, and it takes them on a journey through time.
Oh.
So they go into the past through history, and the coach, like, drives through. But it's kind of like a sort of ghost coach, because obviously
like a coach turning up in, like, Victorian England, turn a few heads.
And obviously back there wouldn't be the room for a coach. So it sort of drives through, and so that people can go back and experience different time periods, really see it.
Yeah.
And I thought, maybe they're allowed off for like 30 minutes or something, and like they're given period codes.
I was going to say maybe like they step off the coach and all of a sudden they're in the period. What? How?
That'd be good, actually. They just appear in it. And there's a range of different people on the tour. So you got like different stories. So you got like a teenager who's like having an operation or like is terminal or something. So it's like, because I was thinking, why would people? It would be advertised as a historical mystery trip.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, well, why would these people?
Historical.
Very good.
Thank you.
I went to school with a historical.
Great teacher. Yeah. Good Latin.
But I thought, why would people go on this mystery historical tour? So I was thinking, like, maybe a kid who's unwell and he loves history. So
it's like a final...
Yes,
like Make-A-Wish type thing.
Yeah, so they paid for him to go on this trip.
I did want to meet The Rock, but this was cheaper.
And then, like, an old couple, because they're, like, old and they're, like, history.
Yeah.
Some newlyweds, maybe they're... I guess they'd all be history buffs.
Nerdy webs.
Nerdy webs.
Yeah.
So maybe, like, newlyweds, or someone brought it them as a gift. It's a bit of an odd thing to buy the wedding gift, but,
They could be like, history buffs, history nerds.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, we met in the... in the university. We're both very interested in history, aren't we?
Yeah.
I love it.
Of course, there'd have to be a couple of bad people, like not like I don't mean like gangsters, but I mean like people who aren't very nice and like a bit sort of snotty. Maybe the trip's quite expensive. That's why only certain people go on it and they can afford it. And so you see like the different stories, and then like the characters would have like story arcs. So like the bad people, maybe they do something bad and everyone turns. I know more one of them turns good. The terminal kid, maybe like there's a doctor on there who can help him, but I don't know. So then it goes back to when they're allowed off. Maybe they like allowed off for an hour, and then maybe somehow they can't find the coach or they can't get back on.
Oh, and now they're trapped.
Yeah, so they're stuck in that time period. And that's as far as I've got. So I'm not sure what the sort of big
finale.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking of the characters, and I'm thinking, like you said, they have to have like a resolution. I'm thinking maybe the rich guy who's like the bad guy, who's a bit of a snotty arsehole. Maybe he's actually like...
maybe he sabotaged the coach.
Oh.
He wanted well, he wouldn't want to stay there, but he did it so that other people couldn't get back on.
Ooh,
Maybe.
I like that. I like that idea. I think they could work for another character. Like maybe there's someone who's quite quiet and at first you just think they're a bit shy, but then actually there's something I've thought about.
So they're like obsessed with history, and he wants to get.
Yeah, he wants to stay. He wants to live in that period.
Yeah.
And maybe he like takes control of the coach, but he doesn't know how it works. So maybe they end up going like back to the Jurassic period, and he gets eaten by a dinosaur or something.
Yeah. Oh, and the coach driver is like somehow disposed of. Like, or maybe as they're coming back, like everyone else is on, and the coach driver gets like the quiet guy, and the quiet guy like pushes him and jumps on and drives off in the coach.
Oh, yeah, and now, yeah. So now they're trapped like with this bus.
Yeah, and then he like tries to take him to different places, and ends up going back, like you said, to like a dangerous
because
place.
he doesn't know how to work all the buttons and knobs and stuff. So goes back somewhere, gets eaten by a dinosaur, and now it's just up to the people left.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to figure this out, right? Because I'm thinking that you're talking about the bad guy is quite snotty. I was thinking maybe he turns out actually to be quite sympathetic. He's quite a sympathetic character. He's actually like, maybe he's a businessman. He's got a lot of stress and
and maybe he's got a child who's sort of terminal or ill as well, and then having this journey with this kid who needs an operation, maybe he funds the operation, because that would be a nice happy ending for him.
He probably should fund his own child's operation if that's the case.
Or maybe he lost a child then or something.
Oh yeah, actually that works. Yeah, because I was thinking this guy. I'm thinking like he's a businessman, and at some point they should travel to the future as well as the past. And that works as well if someone steals the coach, because they don't know how to work it. They need to get back.
Yeah.
They get to the future where
they carry on.
They find.
There you go.
They're both very excited about this. They find a cure for this boy. Yeah. So we saved this businessman. He thinks, all right, I'm going to fund research into this. Or maybe, now that we know how it's done.
Oh, and then it's like a paradox where he comes up with the cure, but only because he saw the cure.
Yeah. And, maybe there's, something for this newly married couple. Maybe they've been married a year or two and it's kind of on the rocks, and they're thinking, maybe we've made a mistake.
She somehow ends up in danger and he saves her, and that's...
Oh, well, I was thinking... Well, maybe, that works, actually. Because I was thinking they go to the future and they see their children or something, or their grandchildren, and think, it does work. We should, stick at this.
Yeah. I don't know whether I like the future idea, though.
I think if you're going to market it to kids. I'm marketing my to kids. So.
I mean, the future could be like a sequel thing, maybe.
Maybe. Kind of like Back to the Future. In the second one when they went to the future.
Yeah, because I quite like this idea now that the bad guy gets to know the kid and funds his operation. Or he's like, he knows someone who's doing experimental treatments or something, and he helps him.
Oh, yeah, that works.
I just think that's a nice character arc. And
go
to the future and find the cure.
Yeah, maybe it turns out he isn't actually like an arsehole. He's just like, he's having a bit of a crisis. Like a midlife crisis type thing, and...
Yeah, well, I think that thing Mary's lost his son, maybe.
Yeah,
so he sort of sees this kid.
He's lost his son, and that's sort of what's caused him to be a bit withdrawn and a bit of an arsehole.
And then he sees this kid, like, he's on this coach with him for hours, and he's like...
Yeah.
He sees how he's sort of struggling and that, and... Like, the kid, like, helps them work the coach or something, and he, like, sees, like...
Because you've done that on the
Well, no, but he's like, this kid's a good kid, and I should really help him.
Yeah.
And I love the idea as well, just cutting back randomly to the coach driver, stuck in the Victorian era.
Yeah, I think they have to rescue the coach driver.
Yeah.
Maybe coaches have like walkie-talkies, don't they? Where they can talk to the depot?
Yeah.
Like trucks.
Yeah.
No, I don't think they do actually, now that I think about it.
I think...
But maybe this coach does, and so the coach driver, he can like talk them through it.
Yeah, to get that working. Ooh, and he tries to get through, and then the history buff who's stolen the thing, like, smashes it. He's like, now we can't talk the drive, and then, like, they manage to repair it somehow.
Maybe one of them. Maybe you're talking about the fella saving the wife. Maybe he saves her by saving everyone. He can fix it. He manages to sort it. I do kind of like the...
Maybe she thinks he's getting a bit sort of self-obsessed, like he doesn't think about other people, so then he does something that proves, like you said, he saves them to prove that he does think about others.
Yeah, I like that. I do still like the future idea, though. But I'm starting to think maybe if you don't want them like turning up in the future, maybe while they're travelling, they travel through the future really quick and they can sort of see out the window. But because the future's not solid, it's not written.
Yeah,
they only see glimpses.
And
so she sees him and her with the child, and
that'd be a nice like third act thing.
Yeah, and then the snotty guy, he sees the boy and he's well again. And things like that.
And that's like the final thing that pushes them all to the end of their story.
Yeah. And then finally they arrive at whatever time they've left the coach driver in, and they go away thinking, well, it's all going to be okay.
Yeah. There'd have to be some repercussions for the history buff.
Well, he gets eaten by a dinosaur. Maybe not eaten by a dinosaur. Maybe he does get... Maybe he gets his wish. He's like stuck in whatever time period. But then he quickly realises it's not very nice being stuck in this time period. And he gets captured for being like a witch or something.
Yeah. Or maybe like they convince him to take them back to the coach driver. And then he gets there and then the guy says like, I'm sorry, like, have your coach back. I'm going to stay here or something.
No, I don't think he should. That's too nice of him. I think this guy should be like full-on villain. I think he thinks, he's going to join with King Arthur and his men. It's going to be all, sunshine and lollipops, but actually he gets captured for being a spy and is arrested and thrown in a dungeon. Yeah. And then, maybe, maybe like the history buffs, not the bad guy, but maybe one of them who likes history has a history book with them, and they flicker through the book and think, hang on, something's changed, and they see a picture of like torture devices or something, and like drawings, and one of the characters that's been drawn is the bad guy. That's what happened to him then. Loser.
Yeah, I quite like that actually.
Oh, thank you.
They look him up like on Google or something.
Yeah.
Like to see what became of him. And he was burnt like a day later.
Well, how much did he pay for this trip? 200 quid, jeez.
So yeah, that's my idea. But you mentioned sunshine and lollipops.
I did.
And that's it.
Sunshine, lollipops.
Yeah, well, it's a tenuous link, but I wrote a song for this because I thought, I wanted to write a song that could be
like
used
the
in
theme
the thing.
to the...
Yeah, so I've got to go get my guitar.
People on a bus and they're going through time and it's very, very bad, and also there's a crime.
That's better than what I've got.
Ben's got his guitar.
Now, I must warn you that I wrote this morning before I went to karate. And while I was at karate, I changed all the lyrics. And I've not played
Everybody was kung fu.
And I've not played it since. So, yeah.
This is going to be fun.
Got your ticket in your hand, traveling with your fellow man. Gonna take a wondrous trip far down memory lane. You might not come out of this one the same. So climb aboard, my friend, the beginning to the end. There's so much to do and there's so much to see on our magical tour of history. On our magical tour of history.
Woo! Especially like the bit where you stop. It's very avant-garde, very 60s. No, that was good. I like it. I like the theme. I think they should win the Oscar. Best original song.
It's just like, I don't know. I was inspired. I fancied writing a little song about it. But, yeah.
Well, I like the song and I like the film.
Thank you.
And you know what I'm thinking as well? I'm seeing money signs here, pound signs. I think we could have a spin-off TV series.
Yeah. I'm sure there's been
I know there was
a school bus, wasn't there, or something where they go back in time?
Yeah. That does ring a bell. Magic school bus, yeah. Yeah, but this is, of course, not a school bus, but a coach. The magical history tour, yeah.
Roll up for the history tour.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is the song.
That could be the theme song to this show. Yeah, and it sounded a bit like Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
I heard it, like with the phone booth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think, there could be a series then where they... And like an educational thing where they go back to different time periods, have a little adventure and then come home.
Have a good old laugh. And
Yeah.
I like that idea, them like going back. And maybe at the end of the episode, like the coach driver, he takes a picture of everyone.
Yeah.
In the costumes. Smile! All aboard! And that's more of a train, isn't it? You say that.
Yeah, and he's got like a little album or like pictures on his dashboard.
Yeah.
Of all the people.
Yeah.
And maybe as well, like, people can't just sort of sign up to the tour. It's like they get a leaflet through the door.
Yeah, very mysterious.
Yeah. So only the people that are meant to go on the trip see it.
Yeah. What about this arsehole who ended up kidnapping?
Well, it's one of those, you know.
Yeah, we can't vet everyone, can we? No, I like it. I like the prospect of sequels as well. Then go into the future.
Yeah.
What would that be? Maybe that's an idea for another episode.
Yeah, like he works on the coach and manages to turn it into so it can go forward as well.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's good.
But the only thing then we see in the future, that opens up like plot holes and like...
Yeah, but you know, that's for the sequel to worry about.
That's for the next writer to worry about.
Yeah.
So should we see what our ideas are for
I
next
think we
week?
should. I like the magical mystery history tour.
Well, that's the thing with the name. I was like, should I call it the mystery history tour or the magical history tour?
I like magical history tour. Because, mind you might confuse some people.
Yeah.
Especially some older people.
The magical mystery history tour.
The magical history tour.
The history coach.
The
history trip.
What about the historical thing?
Yeah.
Historical coach? I don't know.
Yeah.
Historical
or just like
tours.
Back in time or a trip through time or something.
A tour through time.
The tour of time.
Hey!
Time tour.
Time tour.
Time team. We'll get Tony Robinson.
He can play the coach driver.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we didn't talk about. Who would be in it?
Yeah, Tony Robinson.
Tony Robinson.
When he's stuck in the Victorian period and he's got to get back and he goes, don't worry, I've got a cunning plan.
Very good.
Right, so let's see what we're going to do next week.
Let's do it. Oh, get the hat. Ben's going to get the hat. Everybody clap. Ben's got the hat.
I can't remember if it's Nelson picked last time, so you can pick this one.
Oh, let's see. It is Game Show.
Ooh, not done a game show in a while.
Oh, yeah. See what I've got planned, if anything.
A spin-off from the history tour.
Oh, you're getting a coach and drive to places and answer questions. I like it. I'm taking that right now.
Yeah.
Let's record the episode now. Get it over with.
I'm sure they do like trips like that. Like when
Probably, yeah.
If not, they should.
Yeah, we'll invent them.
So yes, those are our ideas. And if you want to hear more from us, follow us on Instagram at Ben and Mike Idea.
Yeah.
Or go to our website, benandmike.co.uk.
Oh, you do it. And also, Ben, there is the Ben and Mike app.
Oh, yes.
That we're working on. And guess what? It's got a voice modulator on there.
Oh,
it's
to make you sound like me in here.
Yeah.
Nasal. So yeah, download that when it's out. And thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Bye. The Had an Idea podcast was created by Ben Coleman and Michael Mason. The title music was Panama Hat by Audio Nautics. Thanks for listening.